to attack the rim at all.
Roten, the pass to a Flower. Back to Lopez. And again, it's New York.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Plumlee, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Well, Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Now, here's Roten. Tight defense on him. Pass to Porzingis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
Now Roten, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo from deep. Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence. And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Now, here's Monroe. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And don't forget about his work on the glass. I mean, he contributed in a number of ways.
Here's Porzingis. 4-point game. And the Knicks miss again. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True. Here's Roten after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Lopez a screen. The drive by Anthony. Gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar at this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Timeout called, the Bucks. For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Carter Williams with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Monroe. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
Knicks trail by 3. Up top, Roten. Carter Williams covering. Roten dishes to Lopez. Got it. Good job in the low post. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Carter Williams can't get it to go. New York's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. They get it back. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Middleton can't get it to go.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Afflalo. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Afflalo's got 6. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Now, here's Roten. 8 points for him. Good. Now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Now, Carter Williams. Back to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. 6 to shoot. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Now it's Anthony running. He can go all the way.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Now, here's Roten. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. Count the bucket. Substitution here for Milwaukee. Jabari Parker's checked in for Monroe. Mayo comes in for Miles Plumlee. Vasquez, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Carter Williams. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. Thomas checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Tony Roten. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Clark, 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back, back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
And Williams slams it in.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points. not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
The Knicks leading by 3. And it's a Flalo penetrating. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Bayless. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Bayless has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Calderon kicks to Aflalo. No good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Out to the right wing. Parker dishes to Bayless. It's rebounded by New York. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that when, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. They exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for O.J. Mayo.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well. Seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Bucks ahead, up 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Carmelo, after this first half of play, what do you believe the team needs to focus on from here on out?
Well, just communication and trusting one another. When somebody get beat, the next guy got his back, and we're just trying to get up and down, get going somewhere somehow. For the most part, we did pretty good. A couple of adjustments on the defensive end. Make some shots and we'll be fine.
Melo, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be breaking down all the action for you. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, their passing was impressive. They're in a good position to win this game, in large part because of those assists. And this is the thing. You win as a team in this league. You have to share the basketball to succeed. If they carry that level of unselfishness in the second half, they're going to be tough to beat.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. Plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
And that's the kind of play